as you look at your journey and you kind of now are here, what do you take from, the first, whatever you want to call it, half of your career now that's probably behind you, and this opportunity that jumps out as far as what has changed and what you're prepared to be able to do as a result of all that, that experience?
Well, I like what you said. I think that if you're not prepared for an opportunity, you're learning on the job. And when you have that much experience, that's the one thing that nobody can ever take from me. The experiences I've had, I've done, I would say I've done every piece of the job. And I think that's really important to be great in a job. You have to have been a graduate assistant, a film guy. For us, this is more the basketball side, director of operations, the first, second, third, fourth assistant, the head coach. So when you're able to do all of those things, you have confidence, right? You've been there, you've done it, you've been ahead of a company, you understand what that means. And so you can go back to your experiences on everything. And just even sitting here being on a podcast, if you've never, had to speak in front of people before, all those different things that all of us maybe struggle with until we have the experience, you don't know what you don't know. And so the first, 20, 21 years of my career is just, really building that book that you can go back to. And when you get into this situation, what would we do then? Or what did we do then? And again, I even used it last year as a head coach at Cal State San Bernardino. We had a 3-game losing streak, and you go back and you're like, well, what did I do? What did we do at Arkansas when we started off the SEC 0-3? What happened my senior year as a player? What happened when I was a coach at Rice University when we went? What did we do? And I think you pull from all those things. And a lot of times, this, it's probably the tough part of our society and jobs is you need all this experience to be ready, right? But you can't get the opportunities unless you have a little bit more. It's just it's a weird, dynamic of how this all works. And so I do think a lot of people get a job and they're not fully prepared for it and they're learning on the job. I feel like I'm fully prepared for the opportunity. This will be going into my 7th year as a head coach. But my first time at Cal State East Bay, there were a lot of lessons that I thought I knew that I had to learn. Your plans that you think you're going to do recruiting wise. Well, it changes. What I thought I was going to do at San Bernardino, it then changes as the year starts and your season. So to your point, it goes back to the leaders of men that I've been around, the 10 different coaches I've worked for, the players. You just take so many different stories. And again, you can walk into that gym and what it's supposed to feel like, how the summer is supposed to look. And so I feel fully equipped and ready. I think that's the biggest thing to your whole point is you're there, you've put in all the preparation. It's like an athlete. You spent all summer or the off season preparing for this. And now you're primed and ready for when you start training camp. Right. And so for my head coaching job here as a Division I head coach, like I'm ready. I've been through training camp. I know what's coming. Now we better get some good enough players and good people that can help us win some games and do well. But the most important part of it is that I feel just excited because the only time you're ever nervous is when you're not prepared, right? And I don't have any of that. It's more just like we're excited for the next opportunity, the next chapter.
Yeah, confidence comes with preparation, right? The more that you are comfortable in what it is that you're prepared to do, the more you can just let it rip, right? Do and live with the results as they come. But the journey piece and kind of touching on, kind of the dynamics that I think college coaching has a really interesting kind of history of how you get to where you're at right now and kind of the way that journey unfolds to, you've got the level discrepancies, you've got Division I, Division II, and being at the level that you want to be in the head job is, a part of that, getting that opportunity, being connected with the right people, but also, like you said, and you have 7 years of head coaching experience prior to this at the Division II level. And, that's the on-the-job experience of actually running a program that is hugely important, but trying to get those opportunities at the jobs and juggling that. What would you, looking back kind of as your journey unfolded, say to coaches as far as, trying to ultimately make the decisions around, right, what jobs you take, what jobs you getting that experience, because there's no straight line to get anywhere, and certainly not in college coaching.
That's where I say I might be the wrong person to ask because of the jobs that I've had. Like, you look at that, it's crazy. But I would say this one, an area that I didn't have, I am better at it now, but I have never had a lot of patience. when I was a player as a freshman, I actually redshirted.
I'll back that.
Like, and patience with everybody, you want them to be something that they're not yet. And so patience is something that, I've struggled with a little bit, but I've gotten better. But I would say this in my career, when you're going through taking certain jobs, the one thing that I've always done is I've always bet on myself. Like, I've always believed that if I go take this chance, I can make it happen. If I just get in the wheelhouse with these guys, if I take the chance and go to Davis, at some point I'll be able to play. Maybe I'm not ready for it yet, but I know I can do it. I'll earn it. And that's always been, probably the double-edged sword of who I am. I'm passionate. I'm fired up. I know, like, I believe I can do it. Now, part of that is you can jump at too many things too quickly. And sometimes there's a magic, there's an unbelievable thing, seeing something from the start to the finish. And so in my career, at times, that leaving something before it's completely finished, like a Chico State where we started it and I left. And then, you and Chris Cobb took over as assistant coaches and just hit it out of the park. Right. And so that's always something you have to judge is, am I leaving for the right reasons right now? And I would say this, there's been times where money has definitely affected your decision-making, but a lot of times has been growth opportunities. Like, truly, if you're leaving a UC Davis to go to Rice, well, why is it? For me, it was, I get to grow, go to a bigger conference in Conference USA. It's, Davis is an unbelievable school. Rice is the 17th best school in America. So I go there, when it's just these opportunities, the reasons why you take them, they have to be for the right ones. And that's you growing as an individual in your profession.